I'm Elisha. It's August 31st. We're going to the Hershey's factory today. Welcome to Hershey's!
While at Hershey's, we watched an informative movie on how the Hershey's company was founded.
Both for its wonderful taste and its rich history. I'm especially fond of Hershey's chocolate, so it's a particular pleasure for me to be appearing here at Hershey's Chocolate World with you today. And it is also my great honor to introduce to you the world's most renowned expert on all things chocolate, D.P. Quigley. D.P. is the brightest light and the keenest mind in the realm of chocolate studies. Now, in a few moments, you'll be entering the Hershey's Theater to meet our Quigley. But before you do, I wanted to share this video that Quigley created about Hershey's and a history of chocolate. Enjoy.
Hershey, father of the American chocolate industry, started in failure and ended in success because he was honest, smart, and believed that a good-tasting product was more important than anything else.
It was 1886. After failures in New York and Philadelphia, Milton Hershey opened a caramel candy business in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and finally found success. Hershey developed his first milk chocolate products here in Lancaster. The business grew. Determination and the willingness to experiment had paid off.
By 1900, Milton Hershey was rich, successful, and one of Lancaster's leading citizens. But noticing the growing market for milk chocolate, he began dreaming of an even larger business.
Cacao beans were being harvested in Brazil and other far-off tropical countries. And when mixed with fresh milk, these beans could be used to make a product even more popular than caramels, milk chocolate. However, mass production of milk chocolate would require relocating to a site with plenty of good pasture land needed to support dairy cows.
Having sold his caramel business for $1 million, Hershey's search for the perfect site led him back to the central Pennsylvania countryside of his childhood, Derry Township. Here was everything he needed for the new factory. He would risk his $1 million and build the world's largest chocolate factory in the middle of a cornfield. It was a bold move, typical of Milton Hershey.
Some people thought it was much too risky. In fact, it wasn't easy. As it turned out, there were more rocks in the field than corn. But always inventive, Hershey had them hauled away and used them to build sturdy homes in the town where his workers could live. By 1905, the chocolate factory was completed and was already producing chocolate bars and other chocolate-related products.
Hershey had a natural talent for promotion. Early on, he bought the first automobile in Lancaster, emblazoned it with his name, and used it for deliveries. Signs were added later, showing healthy cows and nature's green grass, emphasizing the nutritious qualities of the milk chocolate.
The sugarcane fields of the Cuba were the scene of Mr. Hershey's next big venture. With World War I disrupting trade, he needed a reliable supply of sugar. Making a decision with his characteristic speed, he bought land on the island and built a sugarcane refinery and decided a workers' town named Hershey.
The production of milk chocolate steadily increased over the years because he and his associates were able to design and engineer new, more efficient candy-making machines. This was mass production of chocolate as never before attempted, and it created milk chocolate products that people everywhere could afford and enjoy. In a few short years, as Hershey's Kisses and other milk chocolate products were added to the line and shipped around the world, Milton Hershey became to candy manufacturing what Henry Ford was to the automobile industry.
Then we took a tour that showed us the workings of the factory.
It's true that milk is an important part of the process, but let's start at the beginning, here at the Hershey factory, where the cocoa beans arrive from tropical areas all over the world. From here, the beans are sorted as computers supervise the process, sending the cocoa beans to cleaning machines, like the one on the right. Any dried pods, stones, or other foreign matter are carefully removed. Hershey's quality standards are of utmost importance to us, and only after the beans are cleaned and screened are they sent on to our blending machines. Cocoa beans have different flavors depending on where they're grown. And blending machines, such as those on the left, combine beans from various countries in just the right proportions to maintain that unique Hershey's flavor. With the beans blended, they're then sent ahead to be roasted in large revolving roasters like this one. The roasted cocoa beans are then ready to move on to the next stage of the process, a process that will begin to transform plain cocoa beans into Hershey's milk chocolate. It begins right up ahead with a process known as breaking. With the beans now roasted, they arrive here at a breaking chamber where the shells are shattered into tiny fragments. What's left is called the nib, the part of the bean actually used to make chocolate. The nibs now pass through milling machines, as seen on the left. This grinding process generates extreme heat, which melts the nib into a liquid called chocolate liquor. Of course, this liquid has no alcohol content. This is the liquid from which all chocolate is made. Next, this large press machine is used to squeeze cocoa butter from the chocolate liquor. This cocoa butter will be added back later in the process to make the chocolate smooth and creamy. Well, now we come to the all-important element, milk. And who better to tell us about it than the experts themselves? Hershey's chocolate gets its special flavor and the extra added nutritional value. As the gals say, it's nutritious. In fact, hundreds of farms around this region and thousands of cows supply over 250,000 gallons of milk each and every day. We're now in central blending. It's the heart of the Hershey's chocolate-making process. Here, milk, sugar, and chocolate liquor are brought together and mixed in just the right proportions to create that special Hershey's taste. As the milk and sugar is combined with cocoa, it's mixed together until it becomes a smooth blend of milk chocolate. But we're not done yet. From here, the liquid chocolate leaves the large containers in this chamber, where it will be dried once again. Yes, that's right. This liquid mixture is now conveyed to dryers, such as the one you see on your left. The dryer removes excess moisture, which results in chocolate crumb. The machine up ahead adds cocoa butter into the mix, which transforms it into a smooth chocolate paste, ready for refining. What's that wonderful smell? That's right. After all that shaking, breaking, baking, and flaking, we're finally coming up with Hershey's milk chocolate. But there's still a ways to go before it's finished. On your left is a series of roll refining machines. The refining process grinds the chocolate until it reaches a uniform and smooth consistency. Next, as seen on your left, the chocolate is further refined by a unique process called conching. These heavy rollers refine the chocolate for up to 72 hours until it reaches a silky, liquid texture. The material that leaves the conching process is called chocolate paste. These machines supply production lines with over 1 million pounds of chocolate paste per day. Now, after all that effort, we're finally ready to make a Hershey's chocolate bar. Here on your right, chocolate bars are leaving the molding line. They're then cooled and removed from the molds, the final step before being wrapped. And with our milk chocolate made to perfection, we then add peanuts, almonds, and other extras to create a world of wonderful chocolate treats. Here you see the completely automated wrapping machines, putting the finishing touch on Hershey's world-famous chocolate and candy products.
Guys, just jump out and grab one.
And our tour wouldn't be complete without seeing our famous Hershey's Kisses. Hershey's Kisses are made by dropping a precise amount of chocolate on a moving speed milk and quickly cooling to form the famous Hershey's Kiss Shake. We can make over 60 million Kiss Shake products every day. Shipping the world's best chocolate to your hometown, wherever it is. You're never without Hershey's quality products. Our goal with Hershey's is to keep you smiling.
Check out what we're not bringing back from Hershey's.